One of the basic propositions of Judaism is Tikkun Olam, fixing the world. That comes from the fact that we believe that God created an incomplete world. He left something to do for man to help along. And take a look. Look around you. Look at what man has done. Look at the cities he has built. Look at the science he has developed. There's no question that man has added value to this world. Altogether different from animals. Animals can do certain things. I'm not saying no, but it is of an altogether different order what man has contributed to this world. On the other hand, many people claim that man is also guilty of doing harm to nature. By doing all these things, he is at the same time creating problems for the future. Well, man isn't the only one. There are forest fires. You know, there are many things in this world that come from animals. The gases that cows emit also pollute the environment. In other words, nothing is really very simple. I think that man certainly contributes to the betterment of this world. There is a Hasidic story that I'd like to repeat with you. A man was lying in his deathbed, and he said, when I was young, I went out to conquer the world, to make this world better for everybody else. But I realized that the task was very difficult. So I said, you know what? I have to concentrate in my own city. And I tried to make my own city better. But the task was very difficult. Finally, I decided maybe I should do that among my friends, in the circle of my family, try to make it better. And I realized that it was very difficult. Finally, I said to myself, you know, I really should have started with myself. I should have made myself better. That is really the task of every human being. There's a cynic that said the opposite. He said the following: when I was young, I tried to make myself better, but that was very difficult. So I said, you know what? I'll try to make society a little better, but that was very difficult. So finally I decided, you know what? I'm going to make the world better to live in. Because, you know, the world is something intangible. It doesn't have an address, really. It doesn't have a face. It is really obviating the problem, because the real problem is making yourself better. This should be our immediate task. We want to make the world better? Start with yourself, because the world is composed of individuals. Of course, it is not an easy task. You tell your children, you know, you should read. Why do you watch television all the time? And what are you doing? What example are you setting for your children? Do you take a book in your hands every day? You claim to your friends, you know, honesty is the most important virtue. Are you really honest in everything that you do? I think that you have to look at yourself in the mirror. You want to make this a better world, and I think you should. We should contribute to it. But you have to start with yourself. Start being more honest with yourself. Start behaving like you think you should behave. And you will see that your children will follow, that your friends will also admire you, because they'll see that there is sincerity, there's authenticity, that there is value in what you're doing in this world. And if each and every one of us would do that, imagine what kind of world we would be living in. It certainly would be a greater world, and we would really be fulfilling the task of Tikkun Olam, making this a better world. God created an incomplete world to give us a chance to complete it with Him, and thereby become His associates in the creation of the world.